And also, in the meantime, he had said a whole bunch of shit about her, including she doesn't suck dick. I don't know why, but that's the highlight for me. That's the best part of this whole reunion. What does that even mean? Why did Andy not go into that? What does that mean?
Maybe that is the reason why Jason is so upset this season. Did you ever think about that conspiracy theory? That is what I didn't even enter my mind.
Wide open. Why is Jason writing so hard for this and having his blinders on so intensely? Because he really needs his dick sucked.
Yep.
Oh.
Right. I mean, coming from Zach, that's what he's thinking about. That's what makes him happy. And
listener discretion advised. Adult language and mature content.
Thank you for listening. This is Two Queens, One Screen. I'm Jen.
I'm Keeley.
And we are back. We are all recovering from still not knowing what happened to Amy. And now we are going to spend this evening talking about how mad I am at the Valley. But before we do that, Keeley gave me a little present, which, fun fact about me, I love reality television. I love reality TV. However, I have not ever seen an episode of The Bachelor. And that is purposeful because when it became such a hit, I was already too far behind when I became aware of it. And I was like, oh, maybe next season.
Sure.
And then I realized that I have the kind of personality that I have to watch it all. And I was like, I don't have the time. It will take over my life. It will be unhealthy. It will be bad. So, can you hear the lightning?
Yeah.
Thunder happening? Oh my God. Hurricane season, baby. So, I have never partaken. And I think that I would like it. I've never been against it. I just didn't ever turn it on because I knew it would be a sickness for me. And you were like, you have to watch the new Bachelor in Paradise. It's okay that you don't know anybody. Yeah. It's fine, but it's so good. And it's good timing for me because Valley's over. Yeah. As mad as I am, I love the Bravoverse. And so, I was going to need something to pick up. I watched my first ever episode last night and then finished it today. Matt and I watched it together. And I watched my first ever rose ceremony, and I'm hooked. I am going to watch this. I understand vaguely the premise of the show.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited about the Golden Bachelor people are coming in, and they're mixing it all up. Yeah. I love Wells from... Yeah. I know him because I've seen him do interviews with Sarah Hyland. I love Sarah Hyland. They're married. And I realized that he came from The Bachelor, but I never saw it, and so I didn't know what that was. But he's hilarious.
Oh,
when the guy Sam came in on the motorcycle, he's like, it's a 68 something or other. It's the oldest thing I've ever ridden. And Wells goes, well, the Golden Bachelors haven't come in here yet, so don't get too ahead of yourself. Oh my God, I love it. And the other thing that Wells said, these men, and I agree, he's like, that guy is, she's so far out of his league. He's as red as a tomato.
Yeah.
Did you? And I was shitting on that guy from the very beginning. I don't remember anyone's names yet. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I think you're talking about Brian
Gorgeous
and
teal.
Zoe.
Yes. And I was like, what is going on?
I think he might have been with Bailey at that point, but it was definitely Brian.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The Jersey.
And gorgeous. These women are effing gorgeous, and they've got banging bodies and face cards to back it up. And then these guys, all of the guys are in good shape, right? They're all in good shape. Some are in better shape than others, but all of them good shape.
Yeah.
But there's some butter faces in there.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, what is Brian doing there?
Right. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I said to Jen, Brian has either killed someone in the past or ordered someone to be killed in the past. He freaks me out. I'm not a fan. So I think there's 6 or 7 episodes, like as of this recording right now, which is fine. Jen can catch up. This is season 10 of Bachelor in Paradise. And this is the newest version. They have never done Bachelor in Paradise at a hotel. They have always done it on a beach, like outside.
Okay, was it like Survivor style?
Yes.
Because the one girl was having, they were showing flashbacks to her having a full meltdown because of bugs and no air conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
Who would agree? I mean, I guess like...
Yeah.
You have to, there has to be fantastic dividends to being on a show like that.
Absolutely. And it's a little cross between like Love Island, and The Bachelor, where, they sort of couple up or they find a match, but they don't stay with the match like they do with Love Island. So they give each other a rose. One week it's the girls' pick. One week it's the boys' pick, but they don't stay with their pick necessarily. And they only have certain amount of roses at the end of each week. So 3, 4, however many boys or girls can go home at the end of that week. So, for instance, like when you watch episode 2, more people will come in. So more of the same sex will come in. So who gave out the roses this week? Girls gave them out. So they're
going to be bringing in more girls.
So they're going to bring in more girls. So
and
there will
guys.
Be right.
No, I don't know.
Anyway, so that's going to be uneven with the sexes.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they hand out the roses, right, more girls will go home. So because the guys went home, right? You saw, the guys went home. So now the girls will be coming in. More girls will come in. So it will be uneven with the girls.
Yeah.
And then the guys will hand out the roses to the girls. And then some of the girls will go home. So like on, Love Island, if you come in, you get to stay. Mm-hmm. But not on Bachelor in Paradise. If you come in, you can get kicked out the same night, right away.
Yeah.
So it's super fun, very dramatic. This is the best season I've ever fucking seen in my entire life.
Well, as new to it, what's great about it is that it's kind of similar to Traitors, where these are all established personalities. Some of them aren't as well known, but they're all pretty established. I will say, I am very happy. Spoilers. I am thrilled Hakeem's gone.
Yes, of course.
I liked Hakeem. I think that the world needs him.
You knew he wasn't going to stay.
Like him, but he was annoying. Nothing about how he was talking was kissable.
Yes, 100%.
Which, there is someone out there for Hakeem.
Of course.
Not on this show, and not on my TV. Not on my TV, Hakeem.
I just can't wait for you to get caught up. We have so much to talk about. I'm so tingly all over for you.
Okay. All right.
To get it. Because Steve started watching, when I texted you, I said, I am halfway through the first episode. Steve, and he doesn't necessarily watch these reality shows with me. And he got so interested in it and so vested in it that we binged it all the way through. And was so excited and so happy because it was so good. I couldn't. I had to text you and say, watch it right now.
Matt's hooked as well. So
it's so good.
And I think it'll be fun for us to compare. Like, all right, here's what we thought.
Yeah.
Here's what our gentleman partners thought.
Yeah.
Because even in shows like The Valley and shows like, especially Vanderpump, Matt and I both love Vanderpump.
Mm-hmm.
And he and I have such different opinions of people.
Yeah.
Still thinks that he didn't do good things, but really enjoys Tom Sandoval on his screen. Is a full Tom Schwartz apologist.
Ugh.
Luckily, he and I think are like 99% on the same page for The Valley, though. But I have a feeling, and we were the same way with Love Island. I think he and I are going to have differences of opinion once we get into The Bachelor in Paradise.
Oh, yeah. The guys. Yeah. Steve and I think we have all the same opinions about the guys. We have differing opinions about girls, though, which is fine. Not like look wise, but like personality wise.
Okay.
Dale
is the hottest guy. I think, on the show.
Yeah.
And the girl that he's with seems like a monster, and I'm so excited to watch her.
She is a nurse practitioner in real life. She's a doctor. I saw her on TikTok. Yeah, I like her a little bit more because of that, but I don't know. I was watching her videos and I'm like, wow, she's super duper smart. But
I think she's super intelligent. I think she's effing gorgeous.
I watch her in a different way. I don't know if that makes sense because of that. Maybe that's
maybe.
I don't know. That sounds weird.
I think I'm excited to watch her have meltdowns. I think she's going to pop off.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I sent you the video. Did I send you the baby girl video? Baby girl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She's going to be my baby girl. Like, baby girl, did you crash out? That's okay because you're perfect. You're perfect, baby girl. Everyone else should have known not to step to you. Like, that's how I'm going to, I think that's how I'm approaching her. Also, that video, I should find out what his name is. I didn't follow him. And Matt saw me watching a video of him and I was losing my mind over it. And he was like, do you like that? And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I like. And he was like, I don't care for this. And I was like, no, it's the best. And then I started just sending them to him. And then we went to Sam's Club and I walked backwards into somebody. And usually I hate when anyone walks backwards in a public space. I do not believe in walking backwards in public spaces. Don't back up. Turn around and make sure there's no one behind you.
Yeah.
And then I did it myself. And I didn't back into somebody, but I was in the way of someone and I felt awful because I was like, I just did the thing that I hate. I hate it when people do that. And I did the thing. And he was like, oh, baby girl, you're allowed to back out. They were in your way. They should have waited for you. And I was like, I don't think you understand that this is exactly what I want. I want this all the time. This is correct.
This is correct.
And this subject will come up again later as we get into our Valley reunion recap and opinions. You and I already talked about this just naturally. You and I didn't go chronologically. We went by couple.
We did.
Because it's just, I can't go back and forth. I don't know. I mean, I think they edited partially, but also Andy has got to get exhausted going back and forth like that.
He's got to get it together. Just get it together.
The transitions were clunky at best.
Yeah.
And I say that as someone who's never been in broadcasting.
Or interviewed anyone.
Yeah, I don't do this professionally.
Yeah.
But I can tell he could do better. I do love Andy though. Andy had me laughing quite a bit.
Let's start with.
Do you want to start with Jesse and Michelle?
Oh, I was just gonna say that. You read my mind.
So this is another one of those times where Jesse says the right things, says emotionally intelligent things, and I go, oh, he gets it now. And then you see him backslide very quickly.
Yes.
Into his lizard brain, and you go, oh, Michelle, good girl, you ran. You were right. I am on your side. I think that in general, a lot of people aren't huge Michelle fans. I am now a Michelle fan. I really am.
Yay! Thank you.
I have really come around on Michelle. I want to see more of her. We've already discussed this. I'm upset that she and Aaron have broken up.
I know.
But I also think that Michelle is messy, but we haven't gotten to see Michelle be fun messy because she's been extreme messy with Jesse. That was not meant to rhyme, but she's having to deal with Jesse, which is so intense and so high stakes and so too much that we haven't gotten her to see her be bitchy with her friends, which is why I'm watching
on
the show.
The defense 24/7.
Right. I think hopefully everyone will chill out a little bit next season, if there even is a next season. And I hope that we get to see more of that side of her, because she is, I think, a little bit messy when it comes to what's going on with Janet, what's going on with Kristen, and what's going on with Brittany. And she doesn't, but we don't get to really see all of that.
Yeah.
Because there's too much else going on. And she's not going to concoct something like, say, Janet would to try and get screen time, which I respect about Michelle. So,
yeah.
They open up this with, they wanted to talk about proof that she had cheated on Jesse. So my understanding from this, and tell me if yours is different, is that she says, there was another guy, I went out with a friend and I kissed another guy once. And then also there was another guy, the one that Kristen claimed she had a boyfriend for a year. That was just a guy that was giving her positive attention.
Yes, that's how I understand it as well.
But are we saying she didn't kiss that guy? If she's admitting to kissing one guy, but she's not admitting to kissing the other guy?
That's how I understand it.
But they went out on dates?
I think he just gave her attention, maybe as a group setting. So maybe a bar or a club or a restaurant or something.
But it was like an ongoing conversation.
Yeah.
With the boyfriend that wasn't really a boyfriend.
Yes.
But I think that's just semantics, right? In my mind.
And then Kristen, like, she likes to say, I was just being an asshole, right? And she just said it like she does. I think that's how it came out.
Yeah. Jasmine jumps in and says, well, do you think it was an emotional affair?
And
Michelle's like, yeah, 100%. That's what happened. And Jesse's like, thank God you finally admitted it. And she's like, I already admitted this to you. Like, he's pretending this is, like, new. We saw them have this conversation. We've seen her in the after show saying that she did respond to that. A lot of this is just going over things that have been heavily tread. The other thing that pops up quite a bit is she's like, well, that's not exactly how that happened. Like, you're framing this in a different way. And he goes, well, I'm saying how my experience of it was, which is diabolical, I think. Because I think that two people can be in the same room and have different experiences of it. But I also think that he's shifting the facts strongly enough in one direction that it's no longer realistically in line with what actually happened. I would side with Michelle in most of that. He said Michelle's been mean to his new girlfriend. Luke does apologize to both of them for getting involved at all because of this story that had popped up. See, this is the thing. Juicier than does Jason take off his wedding ring would have been I would love to get a background on, did Michelle show up at some dude's house and find another guy there when she was cheating or not cheating on Jesse? Why are we not digging? That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's messy and interesting. It's a little too high stakes, and she's a little too classy to talk about it, but that's what I'm saying. Like, Luke's like, this is what I heard. I'm sorry I got involved.
Yeah.
Poor Luke does not need to be in this. Then they also bring up the conversation in Santa Barbara about the gay guy that gave the money. I still don't understand that, but I guess it was a close friend. I would love to have close friends that send me thousands of dollars.
Right.
Why don't I? And there are times that I Zelle friends of mine because they're picking something up for me, or my sister took my boys for an evening and I Zelled her some cash so she could take them out to eat. People Zelle each other. Sure. Thousands of dollars for a birthday?
No.
How do we get these friends? How does Jesse get these friends? Why is Jesse...
Right.
What does Jesse do in his friendships to
get
Zelled thousands of dollars just for being around another year?
Agree. Jesse, even. How does Jesse get that friend?
What are we missing about Jesse?
He's a piece of shit. Like... I don't understand.
I guess the guy was also one of 52 people at their wedding. Wasn't their wedding like $150,000?
Yeah.
You had 52 guests and it was $150,000?
Yeah. And I would just like to mention that we finally find out Jesse and Michelle, before filming, Jesse said the two of them sat down. Remember he said this? And they spoke about Michelle kissing this other person while they were married. Mm-hmm. And Michelle saying, please don't bring this up during filming. And Jesse did it anyway to make Michelle look bad on purpose. Oh, yeah. So now we know why he kept bringing it up. And I thought that was incredibly interesting.
And when it wasn't getting the traction that he wanted,
right,
he threw out the she's sleeping with a billionaire.
Yes.
And says he instantly regretted it. Here, one, he said it more than once. He called her a whore in Santa Barbara. And then he has the audacity to say, and now I have to worry about Isabella finding out that I said that one day. Are you fucking joking me? Isabella has to hear that about her mother. Yeah, it's going to be even worse for her to find out that it's her dad that made it up and started spreading that around. And you want us to feel sympathy for your actions?
Right. What world are we living in? I mean, yeah.
I mean, I can't. If that doesn't get you on Team Michelle alone, then there's something broken in your heart.
100%. That was the first thing that they talked about, and I wrote down the words "wow, wow, wow" on my book. I'm just like, now we know what happened. I could not believe that. And what is happening?
He also got upset. He was like, it didn't occur to her to say that I'm a great father. And then we hear the story, and yeah, she does say later on, Andy Cohen makes them go through the exercise of like, say something kind about the other person. And she struggles with it at first, which I enjoyed. But she does say that he is a good father. And one of her favorite things about watching the season back was watching him and Isabella. Yeah. So the times that she wasn't there and he's with their daughter, she enjoyed watching those interactions, and she's grateful that he's a good dad. But also, he's a fucking control freak narcissist, and ended up Aaron had to call Jesse and say, hey, there's fires where Michelle and Isabella are in their condo, in their apartment, wherever they are. It's not safe. They're in a dangerous zone, so they need to move. And Jesse's like, well, I need to keep her here. I don't want her moving. And it's like, no, where you are at is also not safe. Wouldn't it be safer if we take her to Aaron's mom's house, which is an hour plus away from any danger? Michelle couldn't have that conversation with him. She couldn't get it through. And then she had to loop in Aaron to get him to see the light of, if you want your daughter to be safe, here is a safe place that we can put her immediately. That fucking sucks.
Right. This man does not have enough respect for his ex-wife, the mother of his daughter, to listen to her during, a time of emergency. So he has to listen to another male to get his daughter to safety. I mean, that's a joke. That's a goddamn joke.
It's gross.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, I thought it was actually not as close. Something about Pasadena. I don't know. He was like, that was just a miscommunication.
Stop it.
It
was
not. I don't believe that for a second. And I don't think that Michelle would want to involve Aaron. I don't think Michelle was like, can you just call him? No. I don't think that that's anything that Michelle wanted. Whereas Jesse was pushing that, I want her to talk to my girlfriend. They need to have a mother-to-mother conversation. So, and that was icky. It's all icky and lots of double standards. I get Michelle being completely fucking exhausted. And apparently Michelle lost her shit at his girlfriend at a all-cast event. Things are, there's an after party, there's an after party, but people are mic'd. It's a hot set. They're supposedly shut down filming. And then Jesse's girlfriend shows up. Jesse's offended because immediately there's a boom mic in their face and a camera, and they picked it right back up.
Yeah.
And he's like, that was inappropriate. And Andy Cohen gives him a little scolding.
Yeah.
Which I loved. Yep. Part of it, I kind of get what Jesse would be saying, but you're on a reality TV show. This is the second season. You know how this works. Mm-hmm. She doesn't get special treatment. I don't care how hot she is. And he's like, if she showed up today, I would say get a mic on her, get her in here. I want to talk to her. That's what this is. Do you? And he turns to him and he goes, do you understand? And Jesse goes, yes.
It was amazing.
Oh, it was really, really good. After Jesse had felt so confident the entire time and just got taken down a peg really quickly by Andy. I really enjoyed that. You sent me a really interesting video.
I did.
On TikTok.
I did.
It was a TikToker who had gotten comments written on a video she made about it by his girlfriend.
Yes.
So this is the first time I saw Jesse's girlfriend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'd never seen her before. I was surprised. I don't know. I just think Michelle is so naturally so gorgeous, right?
Oh, yes.
And she's just so pretty. And she has the dark hair and she's got kind of olive skin and she's beautiful. And then his girlfriend, also gorgeous, but bleach blonde.
Yes.
Everything has had a nip and a tuck.
Yes.
Money well spent. She looks great.
Yeah.
But you can see the investments that she's put in there, right? It's very different type of vibe that I'm getting. I just wasn't expecting that. For some reason in my head, I was expecting him to go for someone more naturally stunning.
Oh, God, I was not.
But then his personality speaks to that.
Oh, God, yeah. She's very Anna Nicole Smith. They're very Playboy Bunny.
Yeah,
I think.
Very Instagram model.
Yeah.
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 Fine. She looks like a friend of Sheena Shea.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And I meant what I said.
Yeah.
So the thing that you sent me was basically saying that she kind of got attacked by Michelle. Michelle was an asshole to her. She never threatened to sue anybody other than in that moment because Michelle was basically saying that she was a bad mom and that she was putting their kids in danger. I think that's mostly it.
Yeah.
And she's like, I've never threatened to sue anybody else. But everyone else kind of ran with what they watched her do and were bringing it up.
Yeah.
I will say I kind of believe Jesse's girlfriend. I bet that happened because if I'm Michelle, I am fully crashing out if this is showing up again. After all of the shit that Jesse is putting her through.
Sure.
Also, we know from Michelle doesn't believe in exes. So I bet she also doesn't really enjoy new girlfriends.
Right.
Right?
Right, for sure.
So, I don't know. What did you think? Do you believe her?
I have maybe believe her. I mean, in that context, right, they showed the little clip of everybody saying, oh, she's going to sue me too. She's going to sue me too. Janet and
Janet loves
Brittany
to do that.
Yeah. Janet and Brittany maybe saying that.
And if Janet told Brittany she said that,
Michelle.
Then Brittany would go, oh, that's what she said.
Right. So, I mean, I can see that, but I can also see Jesse's girlfriend just showing up to rile Michelle up and just to be a roach. Yeah. Just Jesse telling her to do that, just to poke the bear with Michelle.
Or like stoking the fire of like, you have every right to be here, baby.
Yeah, right. For sure.
I
don't know.
I think it all happened.
Yeah.
I think that what the girlfriend is saying is true. I think that Michelle was completely valid in freaking out at her.
Yeah. No, I think so too.
She did it and she had every right.
And I think Andy is probably had it with this stupid girl showing up all over the place and then refusing to be mic'd up or be on camera. 100%.
It's like, we have shit going on and it's worth more than having you here. Get out.
On a reality show at a cast event. So either do it or don't. So.
And Aaron did it, and he didn't get paid. So.
Right. Look where it got him. To Danny and Nia.
Okay. Oh, Danny and Nia.
Yeah.
Nia is the number one guy in the group for me.
I know.
I love her. Love her. And I think the only criticism that I have for Nia is I think that what she was saying was valid and important and needed to be said. I think that it undermined her point that it was her saying it. I think Danny needed to be more eloquent and say the things that she was saying, but also she's supporting her husband. So
I don't know if Danny were to say any of those things, I think it would have just blown up like it did every time he spoke, and I think it would have gone nowhere. So that's why I think it was okay that Nia did what she did, because
I mean,
look at what happened when Danny spoke.
She said it better than anyone else. She's just a goddess. She's so thoughtful. She's so intelligent. She's so beautiful. I just love her. She can do karate. She's the best.
And have 4 kids and look like that, for God's sake.
Jesus Christ. Ugh. I don't care where her nipple is in relation to the fold. She looks great. I think about the nipple compared to the fold all the time now. It's consuming my body image thoughts. When we start to talk to Danny and Nia, one of the first things that gets brought up is what happened between Danny and Jax. Mm-hmm. And Danny had wanted to be very supportive of Jax and thought that they were good friends. Then after the first season, Jax felt that the edit that Danny and Nia got was too good and that he got too negative of an edit. I'm sorry, if you don't do those things, you won't get a bad edit.
Right.
If you don't scream at your wife for drinking when she wasn't drinking, you won't get a bad edit about how you're talking to your fucking wife. If you don't tell her that she isn't allowed to have feelings when she's crying about wanting to have another child and not feeling wanted by you, that's not a bad edit. That's just showing what happened. I don't want to sound like Janet here, but that's just what you did.
Yeah.
We're just saying what you did, Jax. Apparently a rumor got started that Danny and Nia said that they were protected and that's why they got such a good edit. Danny and Nia don't have the established relationships at Bravo. They have nothing to do with the editing process. This is the first season of the show. They don't even know if it's going to go for a second season. There's no one protecting Danny and Nia. Was it you who told me that you think that the "we're protected" rumor went around started by Janet?
Yes, Janet and then Brittany and then Jax. That's what I think happened. Completely. That completely makes sense.
It does make sense. Yeah, it totally comes together. Basically, Jax apologizes. And Danny's like, I don't understand why you did that. And Danny breaks down. He starts to get like very emotional. And he's like, I wanted to be there for you. I loved your family. I loved you. I loved hanging out with you. I thought of you like a brother. It hurt me that you just turned on me. You just turned on me and it came out of nowhere. And you're saying it's because you thought I was protected. And I never said that. And so you've punished me and destroyed our friendship over this. Plus you told people lies about me. I thought he was so eloquent in his breakdown of thank you for apologizing because, Jax is on his apology tour. I'm so sorry. I wish I hadn't have done that. This was so mean of me. I needed it's because of gut trauma, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's a certain point, and we'll get into Jax, but like where you're apologizing and it doesn't mean anything anymore.
Right.
Like you're just throwing it out and you're not really sorry. You just want the conversation to end. You're like, I did it. You're mad. But I'm sorry, so can we talk about something else?
Yeah.
And topical for Danny and Nia, I think.
Yeah.
Danny's drinking gets brought up. I thought it was really interesting. Danny asked him when they were at that house and he took the swig of tequila in the pantry with Janet in there. Was he hiding it from Nia? Was he hiding it from filming? And Danny goes, I was hiding it mostly from the cameras. Were you surprised when he said that?
I was surprised, and I don't know that I believe him.
Well, he says,
I know what he said, but I still don't know that I believe him. Continue.
You think he was hiding it from Nia, or you don't think he was hiding it?
I don't think he was hiding it. Because he did say on the after show, I just went in there to get a drink. That's that is a genuine response. He stopped and thought about it. This is the reunion. Everybody's staring at him. People want him to admit that he has a drinking problem. I know he didn't.
No,
but
that was
continue.
exhausting. Yeah.
He said from the camera. Yeah.
Yeah, which surprised me because, and he said a lot of that was because before the season started filming, Jax said, "I'm coming after you," which
shocked me.
Jax. And even Nia says, there's times where his drinking bothers me. There are times where he drinks and he's hilarious. And there are times that he drinks and I think he's being too much. And we have a conversation about it the next day.
Yeah.
We as viewers, we've seen him get drunk. I don't think we've seen him out of control. We've heard stories about times that he's been out of control. But I've seen him be funny. Mm-hmm. I've seen him be goofy. Mm-hmm. I've seen him pass out. Mm-hmm. I've seen him get really irritated at Janet when Janet's being an asshole. Yeah. Which I think he would be irritated at Janet whether he was drunk or not.
Right. I agree.
We haven't seen that as viewers. We're hearing stories about it, and where we're hearing it from, I don't feel like are reliable sources.
Right.
So, but then Nia's saying, there are times where I don't like it. I think we've seen Nia like go, hey, let's chill out.
Sure.
Earlier than I would expect.
Sure.
So I think Nia has a lower tolerance than most people for his bullshit when he's drinking.
Yeah, what I was just going to say is that she's married to him, though. And so that whole wife thing, I think, is the lower tolerance. You got to think about that, you know. Yeah. I mean, I look at my husband and he breathes and I'm like, please stop breathing. So, see, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's probably one of those things. Like, she's just going, my God, please stop what you're doing, you know, and it's one of those. Like, I think back to Jesse when they were talking about, do you have a drinking problem? And Jesse's like, he doesn't have a drinking problem. You know, he's funny when he drinks and maybe he can be, you know, kind of an asshole or whatever, or be too much when he drinks, but the man does not have a drinking problem. And Jesse is in the group, the friend group, and is around Danny. And not that I enjoy Jesse, but I think I would trust him when he says that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, that's an interesting point that you're bringing up because they also discuss, well, what's the difference between a drinking problem and alcoholism? It's another situation where Janet is trying to use words in very specific ways to skirt responsibility, but also put things in a light that are maybe not really true to reality. Technically true, but she's putting it in a different light that isn't, that no longer quite fits. So when they start talking about the difference between alcoholism, does he wake up and feel like he needs to get a drink to get through the day?
Yeah,
no.
Right.
He didn't drink for half the season, but most of the things that they're doing, they're out drinking. So it would have been even weirder if he wasn't drinking. Because look what happened to Lala Kent. I think it's just this weird thing where she's trying to put him in this light of like, he's got a real problem with alcohol. And there are people that when they drink, they're not fun drunks. Yeah. There are people that when they drink, they're super fun. Like you and me. And just like, you know, people that are 50-50. The night that everyone can't get over is Halloween when he grabbed Michelle and Melissa. And he recounts that night as, I was blackout drunk. I don't remember that night. I had been taking antibiotics. As soon as I found out, I was horrified. More than one person says, you know, it was like an out of character thing. Janet's like, no, it's very much in his character. Think that your inhibitions are lowered when you're drinking. And so maybe that is something that is going to happen more likely if he's drunk, that he would never, ever do sober. I think that's realistic. I'm at this point where Janet is bringing it up over and over and over again because she's trying to stand up for Jasmine is what she's saying. And Jasmine says, you know, I don't think you're getting the effect that you want here, but they're saying, you know, it's shitty that these men are doing this and there's no consequences to it. I feel like there have been consequences to Danny's actions. Yes. I feel like he had to have multiple conversations. It sucks that he had to have multiple apologies to Jasmine.
Yeah.
It sucks that it took a couple times before he fully understood the impacts of what his actions were for her.
Yeah.
But I do feel like he has made efforts to address his behavior. He has made efforts to make amends with his wife. They were in individual therapy and couples therapy for weeks because of this incident. And he has said, Melissa and Jasmine, you can bring it up whenever you want. I will say sorry. I am always sorry. And I will try and do better. And I see what you're saying now. He can repeat it back to them, what their issues are with it. He acknowledges that what he did was fucked up and he doesn't want to ever do that again.
Yeah.
He's drinking significantly less, blah, blah, blah. I feel like there are consequences. In my mind, I go, it seems like he had some pretty severe consequences to his actions. I think it seems like Jasmine and Melissa would like to move forward. So who else needs to establish what those consequences need to be other than his wife?
No one. You don't get to do that. You don't get to decide as a friend group, an outside person. An outsider does not get to decide that, Janet. Think about that, though. That consequence, the perpetrator and the victim, the perpetrator having the victim come up to you every day for the rest of your life, coming up to you going, I want to remind you, this is what you did to me because today I'm thinking about it and I want you to apologize, or I'm thinking about it and I want to tell you about it and I want to tell you how it made me feel every day, maybe every day, all day long, maybe every hour, all day long, every day for the rest of his life. Think about that for a minute.
It seems a little insane.
It does seem insane. That perpetrator has to listen to that from that victim the rest of his life, if she wants to. If she wants to. That is the consequence that Danny has to live with if Jasmine and Melissa want to do that to him for the rest of his life. And they have that right to do that. Janet has nothing, no right to call any shots, to say anything, to make any line in the sand, to make any rules to anybody about anything. But that consequence that Danny said, you can bring it up to me anytime, any day, anywhere, and I will talk to you about it. That is a gigantic consequence in my mind that he has to take every single time they bring it up, because it's probably not great for him to listen to.
Oh, probably not. I mean, I don't want to hear that I fucked up at any time.
No.
And so, and this is what he's done is serious, and there's serious responses to it. The other part of the consequences for him is that this is on TV for the rest of his life. This will be linked to him for the rest of his life.
Right.
Janet wants it to be, it is. Yes. It's there. It's there forever. Janet doesn't need to keep pushing the button to make sure that it shows up again. It's going to show up again. Janet making herself the arbiter for this is just so irritating. And even Jasmine giving her the benefit of the doubt and saying, I think your heart's in the right place. I see what you're trying to do. I don't need you to fight this in this way. I don't want that. I don't think it's helpful. Is it technically sexually assault? Yes. But the way that you were saying this is that he's groping women every time he goes out. And that's just not what's happening. And then Janet then infers again, well, actually he did it as soon as the Super Bowl. So we don't have the full story on that. But it sounds like somebody insinuated and then it got proven that that's not what happened or something.
Oh my God, I loved that so much,
Nia just shut it down. She's like, you're lying. You're a liar. I mean, everyone's talking about the conspiracy theories. Janet and Jason are anti-Nia and Danny. Jax has gone anti-Nia and Danny. Brittany hasn't, but also she's not been super supportive.
I would agree. I think she is anti-Nia and Danny. I think that's a foursome. That's my opinion.
But because she's too Kentucky nice to say it out loud kind of thing.
Kentucky chaste is what I would call it. She wants to put that chaste face forward, but then she can't because she's, doing cocaine and she's out there having all of these problems when she is not this person that going to church and doing all of these Southern chaste things that this community she came from wants to believe that she's still doing, and she is not. She's not a good friend. She's not a chaste person, and she's proving it on TV over and over and over again. And I have been done with her forever. I'm not a Brittany apologist. I was really disgusted watching her this entire reunion. I think the four of them are in cahoots.
I don't get it. I don't know why Brittany is still with Janet, with Jason, after how Jason is approaching things with Jax. I don't know how she's still drinking the Janet Kool-Aid. I don't see it. Is it that Janet and Jason have love bombed her so that she's not seeing how shitty they are? Maybe that's part of it. I like Brittany. I think Brittany isn't a wildly, deeply introspective, intellectual person. I don't think that she sees the depth of what Janet's doing. I think she sees everything kind of on the surface. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think she's missing it. I don't think that she's malicious. I just think that she's very easily influenced and not making great choices right now. And I'm not a huge fan of it. I think I am a Brittany apologist. I think that we're going to get a better Brittany out of it. However, Matt saw a thing about, of course, Brittany looks like an angel because we've had her standing next to Jax this whole time.
Right.
So anybody next to Jax is going to look better.
Absolutely.
Especially because she is the victim of all of his nonsense. But Jax, after he got out of rehab, he had all of these dude meetups. He invited Danny to the first one where he starts telling him that he has a drinking problem. Mm-hmm. As he just got it. Well, it wasn't rehab, but his mental health facility. And he was like, you have problems with drinking. And I have some clarity. I just finished rage texting and I realized that you have a drinking problem. And then he stopped inviting him to stuff. And then his first response is like, why? When they would go, well, Danny's not here. Yeah, because he's probably out drunk somewhere. No, he's dealing with his 10 million children.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. And then it all escalates again. Danny brings up that Jax has been sleeping with his employees from the bar. Yeah. And Jax is like, I don't know who you could even be talking about. Who could you describe her? I don't even know who. We only have a couple girls. I don't know who you could mean. If you're willing to have sex with Jax Taylor, there's something broken inside of you.
Mm-hmm. Well, of course he can't remember because he's had sex with thousands of people. So,
do you think he slept with men in Miami? Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yes. Absolutely.
Allegedly. This is my thoughts on it. I think allegedly, I think he did.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Janet and Jason. Just exhausting. I find her exhausting. I don't understand.
Nope.
And how she seems oblivious that anyone could think that she did something wrong.
Yeah.
The only time that she maybe did something wrong was when she was a little too drunk at El Coyote. Kristen says, you're a different person when you were filming. Janet and Jason are like, I don't know what you're talking about. And even Jesse goes, well, it did seem like you would bring things back up that didn't need to be, and it seemed like you were stirring the pot. And he's like, we're good, too. Like, we like each other. We're on good terms. But yeah, I know, I could see her doing that. Jumping in when you weren't involved in situations, like you would suddenly start fighting for everyone.
Yeah.
Did that make you like Jesse a little bit for that moment?
I love that he has these clear moments. Like, he's not an unintelligent person. He articulates very well. Yeah. He just is a shitty person. Right? I mean, he says very clear, accurate things, Yes. So.
And you're like, come on.
Yeah.
We're all human beings, I guess. We go over such heavily tread subjects as Zach saying that he wanted Janet to miscarry. We've had this conversation before.
Oh my God, I know.
Is it okay if you're one of those people that says stuff so insane when you're upset that you don't really mean, and if people are around you enough that when you say something really crazy, that they shouldn't take it too seriously?
Yeah, we've talked about this, yeah.
And yeah, I was pregnant with twins, and I was told by someone that they wanted me to miscarry. And I really believed that they felt that way. And then I didn't talk to them again. And that's what you do when you really think that. Janet, on the other hand, is like, I want to get to a better place with you. So I think Janet knew that if he did say that, which Zach says he's blackout. I love I was blackout. I don't know. Zach, Danny does it. Zach does it. You wouldn't want to get to a better place. Yeah. I think if you really thought that he really, really meant that, right? He does apologize again, but she said... A year later. And also, in the meantime, he had said a whole bunch of shit about her, including she doesn't suck dick. I don't know why, but that's the highlight for me. That's the best part of this whole reunion. What does that even mean? Why did Andy not go into that? What does that mean?
Maybe that is the reason why Jason is so upset this season. Did you ever think about that conspiracy theory? That is what I didn't even enter my mind.
Wide open. Why is Jason writing so hard for this and having his blinders on so intensely? Because he really needs his dick sucked.
Yep. Oh. Right. I mean, coming from Zach, that's what he's thinking about. That's what makes him happy. And Jason is unhappy. Jason is
not happy.
Put two and two together.
That's interesting. I just love that as an insult. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. That is a personal choice between you and your partner. I
love that conspiracy theory.
Fascinating. I find it fascinating. But she doesn't, when someone starts to apologize for her favorite thing to do is start throwing shit at them in the beginning of it too. Like, feel extra bad. Feel extra bad because blah, blah, blah. You're forced to lose all of your momentum of getting through this fucking apology. Yep. Because she accepts no responsibility in any of it. They both say that they want to get to a better place, but they need to stop trash talking each other 24/7. It's wild. Zach also gets called out by Luke. Luke and Kristen, I know that we're beating a dead horse. Voices of reason. Luke's like, we would love to hear about Janet less. You bring it up a lot.
I know.
And Zach talks about Janet too much, but also Janet's like, I never say anything. But she did delete the birthday post. Brittany had a birthday, and she spent the day with Zach on her birthday before Janet knew that Brittany and Zach were hanging out again, because Janet needs to be informed who Brittany is hanging out with. Janet had posted a very sweet happy birthday Instagram, and then found out that Brittany was with Zach and deleted it. How very mature. Can you imagine?
I wrote it down. Janet needs to see change in Brittany. That's why she deleted it.
See change in Brittany?
Shut the fuck up.
I was uninformed. She hadn't informed me.
Yeah. What friend are you? That's not a friend, bitch.
No. And there is the general consensus that Brittany and Zach are very close. Yeah. Brittany will jump down Zach's throat. Yeah. Very quickly, but never checks Janet. But she still loves Zach and Kristen, and they're all good friends. Yeah. God, I don't want to be Brittany in that friendship triangle, but also Brittany is a major part of the problem.
Yeah.
Let them figure it out. Yeah. Go, I'm not involved. You guys are adults. You guys deal with it. I think it's such a double-edged sword because on one hand, back me the fuck up. You're my friend. Back me up. Yeah. There's another part where you go, you're fucking adults and I'm not getting involved in this. Yeah. Brittany's not doing either one of those. She's doing both and doing neither, and it's shitty. They go all the way back to Jasmine. Jasmine's the one that brought up the ring rumor originally because of this game of telephone. Janet and Jason thought that Jasmine was the one that made it up, which doesn't make sense to me. Why you would think that Jasmine made that up.
Yeah.
And so when that led to the massive fight at the beach, and she called Janet a Karen.
Yeah.
Or said that she had Karen energy.
Yeah.
She lost her mind because it's like she's getting told that she did something she didn't do.
Yeah.
And she wasn't even the one that brought it up. This was something from years ago from another group of people. Why are all of these adults acting like high schoolers?
I don't know. Because they fucking suck.
There's multiple groups of these Valley people. There are people not being filmed doing exactly this shit.
Yes!
Andy Cohen needs to be tracking down that other group of people. In my opinion, this could be a whole nother... It's just another instance where Jason has to back up Janet, right? Like, that's the correct spot. Like, if you start screaming at my wife, that. But also, your wife needed to stop interrupting so Jasmine could fucking speak because she was trying to have a conversation with Jason because it seemed like those two were closer friends. Mm-hmm. This whole thing went out of control with the ring rumor. They attacked everybody over it. No one was talking about it except for them. They're the people that kept bringing it up. They're the people that went and got tattoos for this thing that they're saying they don't want going around. About.
Yeah.
And I go, does Jason really think this? Does he really believe that his wife did nothing wrong? She did nothing wrong ever in her life. But I will also say, in that same breath, I want Matt to ride that hard for me. I want him to watch a show where I'm a fucking monster and for him to go, Jen was right. You guys are assholes to her. She's beautiful and how dare you steal. Like, I want that. Like, Janet.
Yeah.
Janet's protected. Janet's the one that's protected. Jason is going to ride so hard for her forever. And she doesn't even suck dick.
Yeah. True. By a work comp attorney. I mean, how good a job would she do on a work comp attorney dick? I don't know. Be gross. I don't know. Can I just say
you deal with more workers comp attorneys than I do. Yeah. Do you actually at your job?
Yeah. I mean, I see them on a different floor and they are just as tightly wound as Jason. I wrote a couple of points that I just want to point out. When they showed the clip of the ring rumor that, you know, when Kristen, it was at the shark party, I think, when Kristen and Luke were talking to them and they sat down and Kristen's like, I'm going to tell you something, I think is what she started out with. And so she said the ring rumor and Jason's like, oh my God, okay, that's all I thought it was. I thought it was going to be something worse. He said that. I thought it was going to be something worse. What is
the worst thing that's floating around?
Are you talking about? What else are you talking about? And this leads me into the conspiracy theory that I think it is, that I sent you that other video of why Janet and Jason and Jax.
Because he did cheat.
Yes. Because
Jason did cheat.
No, Janet cheated.
You think Janet? Oh, with Jax.
Janet cheated with Jax.
Spoiler.
Yes.
Sorry, I was trying to remember which one.
What I think. So before Janet and Jason got married, so not during their marriage, this content creator on TikTok has posted this video that said, before Janet and Jason got married, Janet in the friend group, she had sex with Jax. And because
she's a fan.
Remember, she's a fan. And remember, she wanted a 3-way with Lala. Was it Lala? It was a clip of Janet asking for a 3-way on Vanderpump. And I can't remember who it was. Anyway, so it is not beyond the realm that Janet would sleep with Jax. I mean, anybody sleeping with Jax. So now Jax is holding it over their heads. And this is why Jason is riding so hard for his wife and riding so hard backing up Jax anytime the man breathes or farts in the different direction.
They don't even really have a problem with Danny and Nia.
Correct.
Really, they don't. It's really that Jax said we have a problem with Danny and Nia, and they have to be on Jax's side.
Yeah, blackmailing them, saying, I'm going to say something.
He's going to.
Jax
always tells. Jax always tells.
Yeah, just like he did when he and Kristen had an affair when Kristen was sleeping with Sandoval. Remember all of that, right? When anybody slept with anybody and he found out about it. Yeah, right.
No.
This is what I believe is the truth, because he literally did a 360. I mean, everybody loved him, including myself, for a half a second in season 1. Everybody was like, Jason is the ultimate person. Jason is a prince. Jason can do no wrong. Look how sweet he is. Why would Janet be with this person, or Jason be with Janet? He's so kind and so loving, and every other thing under the book. And now this season, he is a completely different person. No one knows what rock he crawled out from underneath. And this TikTok creator posted this content that she believes that Janet has had sex with Jax, and this is what is holding over their head. And he said, be mean to Danny and Nia because I hate them. I mean, it makes sense, because Danny said in the beginning of the reunion, I am going to cause problems with you this season about your drinking, basically, because I hate you.
And of all the shit that Janet knows happened to Brittany, how can you not be going after who has he threw a fucking table at her? You've watched what he's done. You have seen the text messages.
Yep.
And then you sit there and go, he's trying to take accountability. Like, he's still doing it every day, but he's trying to take accountability.
Right.
The thing that disgusted me the most about Jason was when Jason was like, he was addicted to cocaine for more than 20 years. It's going to take a long time for his brain to reset.
Unbelievable.
The Jax apologists that are that household blow my mind when they're so ready to go after everyone else for
it has to be
words
something
that they've said.
Huge like that for them to ride so hard. It has to be. Nothing makes sense.
Well, how would Zach know that she doesn't suck dick? Because Brittany told her.
Exactly.
Brittany said that that's what happened between her and Jax.
Exactly. Hello.
I believe you. And then you still have Jasmine, who apparently Janet and Jasmine were friends.
Sure.
Like really good close friends long before a lot of these friendships developed. Their current relationship status with Jasmine, which blows my mind after they're throwing so much about Jasmine's trauma, throwing that at Danny. They're not really considering her. They're not even on good terms with her. So it seems weird that that's the pillar that they've decided to stand on.
I know.
And they said they're cordial, but they used to be the kind of friends that they would hang out in their sweatpants and play games and cook dinner together and just hang out really casually all the time. Jasmine described it as they're like family. So, they're in a fight, but they still have a lot of love for each other. They're cordial, but there's still like, I think it was Kristen that called it out. There's like a massive amount of shit talking happening.
Oh, yeah. Still in their group chat. And Jasmine's like, oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
and I think Jasmine's doing it. Like, Jasmine's like, we need to talk about it. And she's like, we'll talk about it later. I think because she's like, I don't need Janet to turn that on her.
Yeah.
If I'm Jasmine, I'm like, thank you, but I'm good. And that's really what the whole energy was. Yeah. Like, thank you. I don't need you to do that. I see what you meant. You were trying really hard. You were trying to be, it came from a good place.
Yeah.
But no more. I don't need any more. Thank you. So Jasmine's kind of talking out of both sides of her mouth in this.
Oh, God,
but I think it's because she has to protect herself, which fucking sucks because this is an incident that affected her in a really negative way. And for some reason, she's being put in a position where she has to manage everyone else's emotions about it.
No.
That's shitty. If Janet and Jason can't see that that's shitty, that's annoying. Kristen brings up the fan rumors. Yep. Kristen brings up a really good example that I feel like I've been looking for the whole time. And I feel like Jan's like, I want you to give me an example. I don't know what you're talking about. I've always been this way. And she's like, when in the first season, Jax invited my ex-boyfriend to the guys' night to meet Luke, which is shitty and very, very Jax Taylor-coded. Makes sense. That's exactly what he would do. In the interviews, Janet is sitting there going, she's talking about him like he was super abusive. And I watched how that relationship went when everything was going on between this ex-boyfriend and Kristen. Janet was by Kristen's side and supporting her through this breakup. So Kristen's like, I thought that we were on the same page. I thought that you were my supportive friend. And now you're saying I was awful to this guy and that I was abusive. And you're saying that you saw me do all of these terrible things. What the hell? We were friends. And suddenly you're talking shit about me? So yeah, she's stirring the pot. What breakup isn't messy? Especially if Kristen's involved. But that doesn't mean that Kristen's not valid in her remembrance and explanation of that, especially to her own boyfriend. I'm sorry. I don't have to tell Matt that I was a shitty girlfriend to an ex-boyfriend. It's not my job.
No. Right.
So there's those classic ways to debate people and how people can debate from a false standpoint. And one of those is a straw man argument. So you build up a straw man to easily knock it down to prove a point. And Janet does that. When she starts, it's like you're saying that I have these good as gold posters all over my childhood bedroom. Of course, I watched Bravo, but I'm not a fan that had good as gold posters. I wasn't obsessed with Sheena Shea. I didn't have all her music. It's like both of her songs. You're saying that I'm this insane thing. That's not what Kristen is saying. No one is saying that she plotted to get on this TV show because she's a psycho fan. But she did go on and go like, I want to go make a TV. I don't think she knew she was going to get on TV, but I think any opportunity where she could be a friend in the background, she took. I think if she goes, I will have a 3-way, maybe that'll air. And now it's like, how do I stay relevant in this season? I'm going to bring any single thing back up that I can again.
Right. That's what Kristen said. All this is to be relevant, right?
Yeah. The part that was also super hurtful, and last year, this has come up a couple times, everyone was so careful with her because she was pregnant. And now we have Kristen and Nia pregnant. They are going out of their way to incite a freak out and lying about Nia to her face. And Nia's like, you serious? She would never say fucking. She wouldn't say fucking serious. She wouldn't do that. But that's the energy that she brought to it. And Janet says that they weren't really good friends before filming. And Nia knocks that down immediately and is like, you were the first people that came when our daughters were born, which the daughters were born before filming. You came and danced with our son in our living room. We went to this event. We did this together. We did that together. And they're like, yeah, and that's when we got really close. But that wasn't a big deal. We weren't really friends. I'm sorry. If I invited someone over to see my children in my home when I'm postpartum, yeah, you're close friends. So they start framing it as they weren't really friends. Danny and Jason were definitely good friends.
Oh, yeah.
So Janet suddenly pretending that they weren't good friends boggles my mind. Jason wouldn't be crying over the loss of the friendship this season. Danny wouldn't be crying over getting into a fight.
Exactly.
It's heartbreaking. And I love that we're going to be blaming Jax for all of that.
Yay!
They also go over the fact that she used the term sexual assault on the boat. And how that was the line that she crossed that people can't come back from. Jason basically says, I mean, the DA is not going to pick it up. That's not going to go to court. She could go to civil court for it, but it's probably not going to be something that's, that huge. But And everyone starts kind of debating whether or not sexual assault is an okay word to say in reference to the situation. Technically, it is correct by the law, but it insinuates something much worse. Janet has no regrets about it, but then everyone's screaming about it. Then I think Andy says, who here thinks that that was over the line or like too much when Janet said that it was sexual assault, that it insinuates something worse than it is? And everybody put their hand up. And she goes, well, I just will never say the word sexual assault again.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe don't.
Yeah.
Her whataboutisms are insane to me. She's like, I guess we're sweeping everything under the rug. This is not out from under the rug. You were in Boise, Idaho. I am in fucking Florida. I am never going to meet these people.
Yep.
You and I are talking about Danny touching Jasmine's leg and groping Melissa's butt. Mm-hmm. This is not under any rug.
Yeah. No.
It is insane to me that she is going to continue to beat that dead horse.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're saying your words are dangerous and your words carry a lot of weight and you need to be intentional with what you're saying. And she's like, well, what about when Danny called Michelle a whore?
Oh my God.
Which is what we call a whataboutism, which is very similar to the straw man argument. Like, she's not debating in good faith.
Yeah.
She's being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And Danny's like, I didn't say that. I was just saying I read this and I didn't call her a whore. I said that Jesse said it. No one believed it. That's not what I was doing.
Nope.
So she's just anything that she can throw to distract from herself.
Yeah.
And be like, but you also did that and you were bad. The end of the Janet and Jason thing is just Janet and Zach are trying to finally make up. Neither of them really want to. Andy, for some reason, makes them unblock each other. And Zach is like, I want to move forward. If you really want to move forward, I'll take accountability for my part. If you can take accountability for your part, and I can move forward. And I think that Zach could wipe the slate clean and move forward.
Yeah.
But Janet doesn't live that way.
No, she doesn't. It would be so frustrating to try and be her actual friend, somebody who talks like that. I couldn't.
Unless she's one of the people that, like, unless you're Sheena.
Sure.
You've got to be Sheena or you've got to be Ariana. Otherwise, I don't think Janet's a good friend to you.
No.
You're a stepping stone to Sheena or Ariana, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the moral of the story is, are they coming back next season? If they come back next season, are we still going to hate them as much? Is there any recovering from this?
God, I don't know. We need I don't have the strength to watch them again. It's just, it takes so much out of you to listen to that. She just talks in circles, and Jason apologizes for her. I mean, when he said, well, what happened to paraphrasing when she talked about Danny and the whore thing? Well, why can't we paraphrase? Are you kidding me, dude? Shut up.
When he's like, I watched the season and you guys are saying that she's doing XYZ. I'm not seeing it. And everyone's like, what are you watching?
What show are you watching?
Yeah. We watched it and here's that in real time. David Jesse's like, you're stirring the pot a little bit.
Yeah.
Again, I want Matt to ride that hard for me. And I want him to be that delusional about any of my flaws.
Ugh.
They don't exist. I want to be able to say that I'm on Adderall on national television, and I want Matt to laugh at that.
I mean, can we just talk about that for a minute? I mean, how disgusting is that she can make light of abusing Adderall and losing 70 pounds and no one blinks an eye.
Shortage of it in this country, when it's hard for parents to get it for their kids.
Yeah. And she thinks it's a joke. It's not a joke, Janet, to make light of abusing Adderall, to lose weight.
In the middle of this whole season that is so wrapped up in Jax's drug and alcohol problem.
Right.
And Danny's drinking problem.
Right.
Whether or not it exists. And she's like, I'm just doing drugs.
I'm just doing drugs, and it's perfectly fine to say, and nobody says anything about it. And the fact that Jason basically admits that he has a drinking problem as well. Mm-hmm. Nobody says anything about that. I mean, are we... What?
When Janet's like, we all lied to the doctor when they ask us how many drinks we have a week.
No, we don't, Janet. No, we don't.
No.
Jason, what are you talking about? Everyone on this stage does not have an alcohol problem, and now you're admitting that you do. Every time you have to drink, you have to pay attention to what's going on. Is that what you're talking about when Kristen says, I have to bring something up, and you thought this was something the worst what is going on in your household, dude? I mean, now Jason has a drinking problem. I mean, I can't. It's such a double standard with the two of them. She has an Adderall addiction and can make light of it, and now he has a drinking problem. But it's
okay for him to drink.
And it's okay for him to drink and call Danny a clown and an alcoholic and bring it up over and over again. But when he says he has a drinking problem, it's perfectly fine.
Well, because he struggles.
What?
Their struggles are okay, but no one else's are.
No.
I did think the clown thing was weird. I don't understand what he...
Give me a break.
And I love that really injured Danny. There's something I'm missing there. But getting told that he was a clown was like... A clown? You were on the Disney Channel. It kind of fits. Chill out, Danny. All right. So should we talk about the one that did it all?
Doom and gloom.
Doom and gloom.
Yeah.
Jax Taylor. So Jax Taylor will not be on the next season, and I think that is the right choice. I am worried for Brittany, and the more that I watched of this, the more I felt insane.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's gotten away with behaving like this for so long.
Ugh.
So he says that as of the reunion, he was 156 days sober. And he's passing drug tests. He does smoke weed, but no drugs or alcohol. And he gets very defensive and emotional because Brittany does drug test him occasionally, and he wants to be held accountable. He wants her to hold him accountable.
He's telling everyone else to hold him accountable except himself.
It's everyone else's job.
What?
That is a reoccurring theme of this.
Yeah.
Is what he needs from other people so that he can be a good person.
Ugh.
It's hard for him because of all of his trauma and struggles and past and childhood and who knows what else. He doesn't know the root of all of his anger. Therefore, it's too hard for him when he gets angry.
Oh, my Lord. No.
So he's like, drugs and alcohol have fucked up my life. And he asks him about like what he's doing to stay sober. He has a sobriety coach. He has a life coach that he really likes, and he's also going to AA, which he really didn't want to go to. And then he starts crying because he had to go to AA.
No. Doesn't
Who's
cry.
making him do this? I mean,
No.
Brittany. And do we actually believe that he's going?
No,
I don't believe that he's actually going. And if he is actually going, I don't believe that he's doing it for anything other than energy sucking.
Oh, yeah.
And to put on like a one-man show when he gets up and goes, the most important thing is my son. Fucking love drugs and alcohol. Like the little show that he put on during the reunion, I think he probably does in AA. And people are like, you don't have to get up every time. So one of the things that he says over and over and over again is all that matters is my son. All that matters is our son. All that matters is my son. And we get the little Zach voice in the background where it's him whispering, but they just put it at full volume. Thank you, Bravo, for doing that, because that was amazing. And he's like, basically breaks down how that's a sign of narcissism, is that he never says Cruz's name. And when I heard him say that, the rest of the reunion, I was listening for it, he doesn't say Cruz.
Mm-mm.
He doesn't say his son's name. He says my son.
Mm-hmm.
Because people only matter in relation to him.
Right, as an object.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That belongs to him. It's so true. And it was eerie to watch it play out. Good for Zach. Zach, number one guy in the group. Right. Because he called it as it was happening, and it was true.
Yeah.
He and Brittany are getting into these fights all the time. Brittany is calling him out left and right, which I enjoyed. But they get into these fights still to this day. They're having fights over text. He's calling and making problems. He's causing drama. He's starting things. And he's like, one day I'll think we're toxic. Like, he doesn't take accountability. He, in his mind, I don't even know if he really believes this, but he's got this narrative that they are both the problem in the marriage.
Yeah.
That they are equally responsible.
I think therapy told him that. That's my opinion.
I think...
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not.
I think his life coach, Scott, was that the guy's name?
Yeah.
I think Scott told him that they both played a part in this.
Yeah.
And I think maybe somebody even said, sure, there are parts of this that Brittany needs to take accountability for. And he's like, and it's just as much as me. And you're like, no. That's not what we said.
No.
They're not equal there. But,
Mm-mm.
And he's like, I just can't throw 10 years away. You did. Yeah. You expected her to never leave you no matter what. And you thought that we're married means that you could do whatever you want and you can't leave because we're married.
Yeah.
It didn't occur to him, yeah, she'll still leave. She wants to be married. She doesn't want to be divorced. Mm-hmm. But not being divorced isn't worth living with you. And that is so frustrating to me that it still shocks him. I think he is genuinely still surprised that she left him, that she filed for divorce.
Oh, yeah. That's part of narcissism.
Yeah. So I just think that's also when Jason had chimed in. He's instigating all these fights. He's getting these girls to send the text messages that he's sending to these girls, these like nasty text messages, but also saying, I want you to move in with me text messages. And Brittany's getting all of this.
Yeah.
Who are these women that are participating in any of this?
Sad. I don't know.
If you're gross and you're into Jax and you think that this is going to help you get traction with him, sad and gross. If you like Brittany and you're like, I want you to know what he's doing. Sure. That sucks too. She doesn't need to know. She knows. She doesn't need to see the nitty gritty of it. She doesn't need to know. Yeah. She knows he's gross. You don't need to get yourself involved in it. You're not helping. So everyone stop. Anyone that's fucking Jax or texting with Jax, don't involve Brittany. She doesn't need that. That's when Jason had chimed in. Jax isn't just going to stop being this toxic. He's still having problems regulating his dopamine because of 10 years of drugs. Jason, shut the fuck up.
Dude, shut up.
Camera. Jason, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Stop backing this guy up. He could absolutely stop texting abusive language to his ex-wife. Stop it.
Yeah.
Fucking Jason. I hate that he's backing him up. I hate that he knows what he's done and he backs him up.
Yeah.
And then there was this weird little thing where they do an aside. Andy's like, she could be back in Kentucky, probably married to a doctor. Yeah, she could be doing great in Kentucky. Jax goes, well, she probably would have been with a basketball player. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? And then he's like, I don't think she was ever really attracted to me. What? Like, he's going to make up a version of the reality where he is a victim no matter what. And that makes zero sense. She's like, I was with you for 10 years. She was clearly so attracted to him. Yeah. She was never really attracted to me. What the fuck are you talking about?
I feel like he was like low-key racism right there because she used to date black guys.
I kind of got that. I did get that.
That's what I was feeling icky about when he was talking. Like, shut up, dude.
And also, did he want someone else to be like, no, Jax, you are tall. You're sitting in lifts in your shoes. You're tall.
Ew. No.
You're handsome.
Nobody's going to say that.
You're athletic.
Maybe Jason will. No.
Jason, can you tell Jax that he's tall, please? Jesus Christ. Then right after is when Andy is exhausted by this, because I think everyone was thrown by that.
Yeah.
And he was like, are you guys sad about Hooters closing? And everyone's like, yes. Oh my God. And Zach gets really serious. He's like, we all are. We're all upset. And Brittany was like, I want to buy one. She should. I think she would do great. Like a nostalgic Hooters, like, but she can't do exactly on brand because they're probably. And Jax is Mr. Business. Mr. Business. He's like, well, they're reconceptualizing or something like that. They're rebranding.
He's so gross.
But anyway, I should probably edit that out. I made a gross hand gesture. So he starts talking about how when he started doing drugs was back in like 2001 when he was in Miami. Makes sense. But then when he was in Vanderpump Rules, For years, people have been talking about Jax is on coke. Like, in Vanderpump Rules, you can see his eyes are dilated. He's really intense.
We all knew it.
Everyone knew it. And then he goes, production didn't know. Production had nothing to do with it.
Production not know when we all knew it, dude. They're 2 feet away from you. They knew.
Yeah, and they're like, he hid it really well. He was definitely on drugs, but he was hiding how he was doing it. He was just running to the bathroom every 10 minutes. I mean, how involved do you get? Let's pretend that we're looking at this through the lens of a documentary. Documentarians don't get super involved. This isn't that. They're producers. They're pushing storylines. If you know that he's doing these drugs, I think he probably needed to say that for liability reasons. They're like, you need to clear us. If you're going to be talking about how you were doing drugs on the show all the time, you need to say a certain... The way that he said it, like, really quickly and offhand, but, like, this perfectly formed sentence of, production had no idea I hid it really well. They had nothing to do with it. I think he was just covering production's ass. Allegedly.
Whatever.
Is my opinion.
Allegedly.
This is satire. But he then gets in this, like, really intense, like, I fucking loved drugs and alcohol. But then he'll also be like, you ruined my life. And he goes back and forth. And then he also throws Brittany under the bus about drugs and alcohol. And she was like, I tried it. I've never said that I didn't try it. Yeah. But I stopped well before Cruz was born.
Yeah.
And I'm certainly not doing it now. And I think Jasmine's the one that chimes in where she's like, there's a difference between trying drugs and being addicted to drugs.
Yeah.
Drugs are so different for every single person. Mm-hmm. I think Coke, I know that people do it. It seems way too scary. Like, I'd never do Coke.
Mm-hmm.
But some people have a lot of fun on it occasionally, I'm sure. It's illegal. Don't do it in the U.S. In general, it's such like a personal thing and how your body reacts to it. I don't think you really get to judge anybody else trying something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Other than, like, meth. Like, if you tried meth, it's like, what? Let's get to a therapist.
I got the ick when I noticed him talking about doing drugs was the happiest he was during the whole show.
And kind of
I mean,
proud.
come on. Right. I mean, gross. You have all of this sense of, pride and happiness.
Like, he was bragging about what he did and what he got away with.
Yeah. That was icky and cringy to me.
And then also he's like, overcome this.
Oh, no.
What we are all seeing is, okay, so he's sober. He's still an asshole. He's still toxic. He's still scary and controlling with his soon-to-be ex-wife.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about how he had cried when he got diagnosed with bipolar.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah.
But then they're like, you've been diagnosed with this before and you refused to take the medication.
Yeah.
And then now you're on the medication. Andy's like, oh, you're on it now. And he's like, yeah. But then he'll send a barrage of hateful texts to Brittany and then be like, well, I was off my medication that day. That's not how that medication works.
No, it doesn't, sir.
It's not like you take it one day in your good mood and then you're off it another day and you're in a bad mood. That's just not...
Nope.
What goes on. And he's like, well, it's about control. Control is the only thing I have. You don't have control. Andy says something I think really smart. He's like, if you want to show growth and if you want to have control, the control that you do have is control over your own actions.
Yeah. Yeah, I could do that. He says something like that. Are you joking?
And Andy asks something else about where he is in his treatment right now. And he throws it to Brittany. He's like, I don't know what's worse, the bipolar or my anger issues. What do you think is worse?
Oh my God.
Like, she's also in charge of managing for him still to this day.
No.
She has to be the one that holds him accountable. She has to be the one that's helping him navigate managing his lack of self-control and self-regulation. God, that's exhausting.
Yeah. Yep.
Kristen also gives really good advice. When you start to see yourself grasping for that control, talk to your therapist. Say, like, I need tools to snap me out of this. I need to figure out if that's something you really want to work on. Ask a professional how to work on it. If you're starting to see yourself sliding down that way, you're close with Jason. Call Jason. If you need us, call Luke and I. He's like, you hate me. You're not even my friend anymore. It broke my heart I couldn't go to your baby shower.
Oh, my Lord, I know.
You've been my friend for 20 years and I couldn't go to your baby shower. No one wants to go to a baby shower. I don't care whose baby shower it is.
Yeah.
Baby showers suck. They're awful. I don't know. I didn't have one.
He's a grown-ass man. Why are you crying over a baby shower?
That really hurt. Do you know how much that hurt me? It's like, well, those were the repercussions of your actions. No. And Kristen was visibly upset. She's like, I wanted you there. I want you to. But she is holding healthy boundaries. Mm-hmm. I would love to have you there. I cannot have you there if you are being abusive to Brittany. If you stop being abusive to your ex-wife, you can come back into the group. He's like, I've lost all my friends. I'm so lonely. I'm alone in my house. And Brittany's like, you've got nasty girls in there left and right. I know because they're texting me. I'm home alone with our son.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm parenting and you're out and about doing whatever. You chose that apartment.
Yeah.
I feel a little bad for Tom Schwartz because he didn't really want Jax to move in.
Yeah, right.
He's talking about how he is self-sabotaging and he doesn't know where it comes from. Does it actually matter where it comes from? Like, what's more important? Figuring out where this shit comes from, which I'm in therapy. I know that I spend a lot of time figuring out where my shit comes from. But the more important part is figuring out how to manage it in real time. Clean up the mess, and then you can figure out where the leak is coming from. But, you have to clean up your mess that's happening in real time.
Yes, agree.
And he's not taking any responsibility for it.
No.
And it's fucking infuriating. And the thing is that I'm just going to jump to the end. He's like, I just want to get to a good place with her. And I just want to get to a place where, she can forgive me and we can move forward and just be healthy co-parents. She can't forgive him for everything because there is something new to have to forgive him for daily.
Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming.
Every day. Sure.
She's getting these onslaught of text messages. She's getting people sent to her.
Yeah.
He's fighting her. He's asking her for alimony because she makes more money than him, even though she's paying $18,000 a month on their mortgage because he doesn't pay taxes.
On purpose.
The lack of taking any kind of accountability or any responsibility for what he's done blows my mind. He's not getting better.
No.
It makes me angry that Jason, and then even Andy, say that they're seeing him take accountability. You saw him say it, and then you also saw the rage text that he sent Brittany. Yeah. You saw him sending shit to Brittany's house and showing up at Brittany's house.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
I can say that I'm an elephant.
Right.
It's not actually making me an elephant. If I say it a lot, it doesn't make it true. He's saying sorry constantly. It doesn't mean he's actually sorry. If he was really sorry, he would stop the behavior.
Right, exactly.
And he's saying he's too broken and he needs help. He needs people to hold him accountable, but not so accountable that he's not invited to events.
Right. It doesn't make any sense.
And Brittany, as she's hearing Jason say, well, it seems like he's taking accountability. And she's like, yeah, when you guys had that FaceTime, 10 minutes later, he sent me rage texts. And Andy's like, oh, it seems like he's taking more accountability right now than he has before. I don't know that he's taking more accountability than he has in Vanderpump Rules reunions.
I think Andy said that because Jax is physically saying it on camera more, he's saying that more out loud, but that doesn't mean anything. Like you said, it doesn't mean anything. And she said that. She goes, we'll see. It doesn't mean anything. But just because he says it, that's what these men do. Just because they say it doesn't mean anything. And this is what I'm so... Right. This is what I'm so sick and tired of. Yes, Brittany, Andy, he said it over and over again, but it doesn't mean anything.
You are hearing him say it more.
Yes.
And Brittany's like, I'm worried it's all performative.
Right.
And I'm glad that she said it. It was such a poignant conversation when they're talking about if you want to have control, you're saying this is a control issue. Control yourself. Stop yourself from sending these messages. Stop yourself from starting a fight with her. Stop yourself from saying things to a group of men to try and incite this conversation. Then right after, Andy goes, well, are you still in love with Brittany?
Oh my God.
Do you think that he's still in love with Brittany?
No.
Do you think he was ever really in love with Brittany?
No.
Did anyone watch them when they were in Kentucky? Remember that little spinoff that they did?
Yeah, I never watched it. No.
Piece of shit to her then. Okay. I couldn't get through it.
Okay.
Because I was like, there's no way they're getting married.
Yeah. No, I never watched it. I don't believe he was ever in love with her. I don't believe he's in love with her now. I think she was in love with him for sure.
Is he capable of it? I don't know.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I think he loves himself.
Yes.
And he literally was like, I can't talk about it. He couldn't even get himself to lie through that conversation. He wasn't sure what the right thing to say was. So he was like, can we just skip it?
Yeah.
And
100%.
Brittany goes, you didn't fight for me. You said you didn't want to get a divorce, but you didn't try and make it work. And then he's like, I don't throw this away. You did throw it away. You didn't try to fix any of it.
Nope.
They talk about Cruz's diagnosis because Brittany was really angry, and so we transitioned into something that, makes her smile like her son. Britt went through the entire process of getting him diagnosed on her own. Well, her mom came and visited, but she was dealing with that while Jax was in the mental health facility. And her process for going through and getting her son diagnosed was really intensive. My son has been diagnosed as well. It was not as intensive as a process, but it is. Like, it's several visits. It's several different kinds of doctors. It's a lot of questionnaires and paperwork. Like, I think it was like a 60 pages of questions that I was going through and answering. And then his teachers, we had to get his teachers and other adults that were in his life to go through and answer these questions. And then he had to be observed, and he had to get his brain scanned, and like there was all sorts of stuff. And it's stressful. And I was doing that with my husband, who is an incredibly active father. And it was exhausting and emotionally wrought. Even though it's like, it's good to have answers and it's good to have the interventions, and that's what you should do as a parent. It's very hard to do at the same time. And she had to do that all on her own. While dealing with her husband being a fucking psycho. Then she's talking about how she wants to be a positive advocate for the community, which I think is great. You can see Cruz is definitely thriving. And, shout out to, she's got him in all sorts of different therapies. We had Henry in speech therapy when he was 18 months old. And I still am friends with his speech therapist online. Like, those people become important to you for the rest of your life. It's amazing. She's done all of this, and she's talking about all the things that he's in, the schools that he's in, the therapies that he's in. Andy turns to Jax and goes, so are you involved in his care? Jax goes, of course, yeah. Brittany keeps me informed. What the actual fuck? Granted,
that wasn't the question.
I don't want him doing anything. He's like, being a father is the most important thing. Supporting Cruz is the most important thing. Blah, blah, blah. You're not taking him to appointments.
He probably doesn't even know who the doctors are.
No. But he doesn't know where the doctors are.
No.
Part of me goes, I bet that's helpful to Brittany that he's not involved in all of that. And so I respect that if that's a choice that she's actively making. But how dare you take any credit for the care that he is getting when you were doing none of it.
That you had nothing to do with.
It's fucking bullshit. I wrote bullshit in all caps. Like, that part right there. And everyone just lets it slide. And Brittany's like, in Brittany's head, she would be the worst person ever to keep her son from his father, right? She can't keep Cruz from Jax. That would be a mean ex-wife thing to do. Until it really becomes clear that it will affect Cruz's safety, I think it's going to take a really long time for her to accept and acknowledge that. And I worry about how long that's going to take, and I worry about her safety in the meantime. Honestly, just saying. Zach, they bring up Zach and how Zach's not allowed at Jax's bar anymore. And Zach kind of breaks down a little bit. My heart just felt for him because he's been supportive not only of Brittany through all of the bullshit with Jax, because he's been there since the very beginning. But then we have, he's supported Jax as well. He said that he held Jax while Jax was crying over things.
Yeah.
Zach is brokenhearted over how a lot of this is shaken out and how he was like, I supported you. I supported your marriage. I supported your child. And then you've just turned on me, and you've turned so hard. And Jason even steps in and goes, it sounds like Zach is trying to offer you an olive branch right now, because Jax, the entire reunion, has been calling Zach the peanut gallery, has been yelling over him, going, no one cares about you. No one cares what you think. I don't care about you. I don't care what you think. Suck ass. I don't know why Zach even did that. I think just continue to throw Jax under the bus. But I felt a little bad for Zach because I think he's been really betrayed by Jax as well. Because we got to go hot, cold. Andy, God damn it. The whiplash I have from this. He's like, so what does Frank Dremon think about this? Everyone loses their shit because Jax is like, what are you talking about? And they're like, he doesn't watch the show because that was a whole giant piece of the after show. And Jax doesn't know that they all talked about it. Because this is before he was on Watch What Happens Live and gets called out on it again.
Yeah.
He even corrects Andy and goes, his name is not Frank Dremon. It's Frank Dremon. It's not. It's Frank Dremon. Drebin. So he loves this movie. He doesn't even know the guy's last name.
I know.
I love that he's correcting Andy even though he's wrong. Then they talk about his eBay stuff, and somebody comes up with the idea that he should just do like a OnlyFans, but make it like PVC style where he can sell his shit.
So dumb.
Both of our husbands love an eBay and a Facebook marketplace. Go for it, man. Yeah, clear out your garage of stuff. That's one thing that Jax does that I support. I support Jax's eBay. And then they all make fun of him because he called it his show again.
Oh, yeah?
And apparently he said that to every single person at some point. My show. I think he kind of says it to Andy. And then they show a clip of him saying it to Lisa Vanderpump.
Yeah.
To her face. And she's like, no, this is my show.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, whatever. God, but that's basically the end. They do the toast. They all drink out of baby bottles to end the reunion.
That was weird. I didn't like it.
Weird. And then they show, they did it in Vanderpump. They've done it at a few of the Real Housewives where like the after they do the toast and then you see them leaving and like the weird shit that happens after all this intense stuff has happened. And they really just show Jax going, I got to get out of here. I got shit to do. We're like, what shit do you have to do, Jax? This is your job. Like, this is your biggest paycheck. What the fuck are you talking about? And then you see him kind of cornering Brittany as she's trying to leave. And the tone of his voice, it was just so false and insincere. You're doing this for the cameras. Everyone knows you're doing this for the cameras. And he's like, when do I get to see Cruz again? On Monday? And she's like, Jesus Christ. I don't know. We'll talk about it later.
Right.
She's just like, anything to get away from you.
Yeah.
Him
cornering her and he just seems so aggressive. Anyway, I felt it was aggressive. I didn't think it was sincere. I didn't think it was for the cameras either. It just seems so aggressive. Anytime he talks to her, it's aggressive. It's over the top. It's almost violent. And even though I don't care for her, even though I think she's a bad friend, having to deal with that, like my heart races and my chest hurts. Like I get chest pain just talking about it right now and watching that. I'm like, oh my God, that poor woman having to deal with that. Him just like snipering her and coming up behind her and be like, when do I get to see Cruz? And she's like, oh my God, where did you come from? Like, get away from me. I'll tell you later. Yeah.
The tone that he had is the same tone that he had when they had the fight where she's like, are you on Xanax?
Yes.
What is going on with you? And he's like, I just want us to stop fighting.
Ugh.
he's like, you still want to get a divorce? That's something you're still you're still pursuing that? And you're like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah.
Why is reality not the same for us?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm excited to not see him anymore.
Me too.
I'm excited for a break from him. I'm nervous for Brittany. I genuinely am nervous for Brittany's safety.
Yeah.
We had seen a thing basically laying out, and I'm not going to get into the details of it because alleged, and I'm not an expert in this, but basically how he has all the hallmark characteristics of a family annihilator.
Yeah.
And the fact that he has lost his show, and his bar.
Yeah.
What else does he have as Brittany continues to evolve beyond him?
I don't know. He has that junky podcast with his sister. I don't know if you've ever seen clips of that.
I've seen clips of it pop up. I'm not going to listen to it.
Yeah,
I'm not going to subscribe because I don't want anything I do to benefit him.
Yeah. Did you see the clip
watching the Valley
of him having the two people that Justice for Jax in disguise? His two cronies, the husband and wife.
The ones that are doing the AI pictures?
Yeah. So last week, him and his sister, the podcast that they have, like I just said, he said, I have the two people that are coming on that are doing the Justice for Jax website. I'm not doing it. I've been telling everybody it's not me. We have the people that run that website coming on the
Jason.
No, it's so they came in full disguise, only showing their eyes. Obviously, you know, they had a mask on and baseball caps, and their voice was disguised. But people had figured out who it was. And I don't know. I don't watch as many Bravo shows. But it's people close to Jax, a husband and wife. I don't know who they are. A husband and wife that are with Jax all the time. And so it's basically Jax doing it. Anyway, so they were on the show saying, yeah, we're doing it. Jax isn't doing it.
I mean, it's not stranger. It's
not a stranger.
It's not Jax doing it. I post it. He sends it to me, but I post it. Like, I think that things are nuts in the world, and then I go, they're not that crazy. I'm not in that, right?
Yeah.
Like, my day-to-day life, I don't have that going on.
I've heard that podcast just makes no sense, and he's just talks in circles. And
well, because Brittany's the one that produced their show. She's the one that set up, this is what we're going to be talking about. Yeah. She's the one that got the guests. She's the one that had the formats for everything.
Yeah. And this one's terrible, I guess. I don't know.
I don't love Brittany's podcast. Oh, I'm not saying that, again, I'm not a professional.
I haven't listened to it. I don't know.
I am a Brittany apologist.
Okay.
I can't listen to her for that long.
Okay.
I need other people.
Yeah.
But we will have something new next week.
Yeah.
Probably true crime related.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. So thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to my tirade on Jax. And if you have any opinions, we do want to hear about them. And if you're watching the new Bachelor in Paradise, who's your favorite and who do you hate the most, right?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I'm so glad that we finally got to do a whole thing of talking about the Valley.
I know.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Bye.
Bye-bye.